name is Coach Al from Club One Basketball. I'm excited for you guys to, participate in a seminar. Today, we are going to be talking about the Mamba mentality. This is Kobe Bryant's mentality, the Mamba mentality. And so it's really exciting stuff. It's great. We're going to learn about, hard work. We're going to learn about rewards of hard work and what it takes for you to be a better you. So I really want to encourage you guys. We're going to play a video in a few seconds. So go ahead and the area that you guys are in, quiet it down, and we'll go ahead and show this video off in a few seconds. So make sure your screen, your volume is up that you can listen and pay attention to the video.
Follow your passion first. When I retired from the game, I sat there asking kind of all the wrong questions. What's the biggest industry I can get into? And it's all the wrong stuff. And you got to sit there and ask yourself, okay, what am I truly passionate about? What do I enjoy doing? And when you feel that way, honestly, you feel like you have never worked a day in your life. It's the most fun thing in the world. You get up in the morning excited about what you're doing. And you got to be really honest with yourself about it. If you wake up in the morning and you're dreading going to work, dude, do something else. Right. Do something else. And those are hard decisions to make. But when you make those decisions, it's a very liberating experience. And you find out that the rewards will come.
I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. You always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that. And that's what I tried to do when I first came in the league. But, basketball is such a direct competition sport. And me coming in at 17, I hated when, my teammates would say, I get hit with an elbow, right? Shaq would hit me with an elbow in practice. And Nick Van Exel would come up and say, "Are you okay?" I'm like, what? Are you okay? What the hell's wrong with you? So I always had that extra chip on my shoulder. So every day in practice for me was really trying to annihilate everybody that I was playing against. Because I wanted to prove you don't need to babysit me. I'm fine, And so it's always that competitive nature, the work ethic, and curiosity. Because I asked a lot of questions. Playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there and why?
We were playing against the Lakers, Tom, and we were out here in LA. So the game was at 7. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to the Staples Center because we're playing. This is when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq. Okay, this is like the championship Lakers. So now I'm gonna get there at 3 o'clock, and I want to make sure I make 400 made shots before I go back into the room, and then I sit in the sauna and I get ready for the game. So, get in the car, get to the gym, get there, and as I'm walking onto the court, who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant. Already working out. So once I set my foot across that line, I started working out. And so I worked out for a good hour and a half. And when I came off, after I was done, I sat down, and of course I still heard the ball bouncing. I looked down, I'm like, this guy's still working out. He was working out for it looks like he was in a dead sweat when I got here. Right. And he's still going. And it's not like his moves are nonchalant or lazy. He's doing game moves, I sit there and I unlace my shoes. I'm like, I want to see how long this goes. So I sit out there and watch. 25 minutes. And he got done. I said, okay, I think I've seen enough. Go play, come back, get in the sauna, get ready for the game. That game, he drops 40 on us, okay? And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. I have to understand, why he works like that. Right. So after the game is over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. And I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. right? So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8. Right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions. Right? Now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4. You go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? Relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because you're 5 years behind. Right? So it makes sense to get up and start your day early because you can get more work in. If I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is. Right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you. What's important to you for whatever reason. I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be.
This has been absolutely beautiful, you guys. I can't believe it's come to an end. You guys will always be in my heart. And what can I say? Mamba out.
It's great to see that, Kobe Bryant, he had this mentality called the mentality. He had this Mamba mentality, which he said was focusing on the process and trusting in hard work when it matters the most. And when you think about that, you're thinking about focusing on what you're doing, focusing on your goals, focusing on, what you're trying to do at the moment. And then he said, trusting in the hard work when it matters the most. Kobe Bryant worked so hard, and we're going to touch up on a couple points. One of the things he talked about was hard work. When you think about hard work, it takes a serious amount of effort in order to be successful, right, guys? What he said was he was somebody who would show up early, and he was somebody who would be the last one to leave. Now you notice that he said the learning never stops. As basketball players, as students, we have to be students and players that never stop learning. We have to be the first ones in the classroom, the first ones in the gym, but also the last ones out of the classroom, the last ones out of the gym. Because we're working towards a greater goal. We're working to be better. We're working to be the absolute best. Kobe also said to believe in yourself. Because no one's going to do that for you. No one's going to just believe in you. You have to believe in yourself that you're going to get it done. You're going to be the one to make something great happen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and mute yourself. We're doing a little seminar on the Mamba mentality. Thank you guys for joining in. We're talking about hard work right now. And so Kobe also said, we have to be ready to sacrifice. You have to be ready to put your body to work. We can't be players that compromise. What compromising means is you let things get in the way. Well, I don't want to work out. I'd rather just watch YouTube. I don't want to work out. I'd rather just play video games. I'd rather just do this. I'd rather do that instead of going out and running, instead of getting into the gym and throwing up 100 free throws, instead of going into the gym and running some liners. We have to be ready to sacrifice, he said. And that's what the Mamba mentality is about, is working hard. You got to be ready to be uncomfortable. You got to be ready to, look at yourself and say, this is the person that I want to become. This is the person that I want to be. I want to be the best basketball player. I want to be the best student. I want to be the best worker. That's what it took for Kobe. It took for him to put everything out there so that he could be who he is today. What happens when you work hard? There are rewards. There are lots of rewards when you work hard. When you go to school, you graduate. You get good grades. You get a degree, a certificate. You get to go to high school. You get to go to college. There's also rewards for working. You get promotions. You get a higher salary. But there's also rewards in sports. And we get trophies, we get championship, we win games, but it takes hard work, guys. And that's what the Mamba mentality is all about, is we got to be people who are going to be working hard. We got to be basketball players that are be dedicated, who are focused, who are willing to put all of their heart into all of the things that they're doing. So when you come into practice, you're putting all of your heart into it. When you come into the dribbling drills, you're putting all of your heart into it. You're putting all of your effort into it. Because that's what's going to make you the best player. That's what's going to make you, thinking like Kobe, that Mamba mentality. Because you don't want to look back and think, dang, I should have did more. I wish I could have did more. You want to look back in the game and think, man, I should have taken more shots. Or I should have worked harder at practice. Because if you do it from the very beginning, you're not going to look back. You're not going to have regrets. But you're going to have this focus. You're going to have this vision for yourself. And that's what Kobe's talking about. So we see that if we work hard, there are rewards. And all of you guys will be given a reward, but you must work hard. The one thing that I'm sure Kobe did was he set goals for himself. He probably set a goal of, I'm going to make 100 free throws today. I'm going to get into the gym before everybody. He set some goals, I bet you, to, I'm going to come out of basketball and this year we're going to win a championship. So he set some short-term goals, but he also set some long-term goals. And so when you're working towards anything, you want to set some goals for yourself. Work towards something. Challenge yourself. In these challenges, you're going to be pushing yourself. Remember your goals. Today I practice, I'm going to be the first one, to finish all the laps, to finish all the liners, to be the first one to get all my layups in. I'm going to be the one who's going to work the hardest today. When you set a goal like that, you're going to work hard. You're going to push all the people around you to work harder. Wow, look at this person. Man, they haven't missed a single layup. Man, look at this person. They haven't missed a single free throw. Wow, this person is working hard. But it starts with you. It starts with you thinking about this little goal and working towards it. And once you complete it, set another goal. And once you complete that one, set a harder goal. And once you complete that one, push yourself. Keep pushing yourself. And you're going to realize, you're going to look back and think, man, I had a great season. I had a great school year. You're going to look back at 2020 and think, man, I finished the year strong. And that's what Kobe said. He said that he was grateful that he didn't give up, that he worked hard towards something, that he persevered, that he went the extra mile. He said he was a sponge and he was always learning, always learning. And we got to be people and players that are always learning. Coach, what can I do? Coach, what can I improve on? What did I do wrong, coach? Ask your professors, what can I do better? Your teachers, is there anything else that I can do better? Always have the mindset that you're going to be learning, that you want to learn more. The great part about setting these goals is reward yourself. When you complete these goals, you know what? I'm gonna go out with my family. We're gonna go get some dinner. I'm gonna treat myself to some ice cream. We're gonna get some shoes, or something. But reward yourself, because it's showing that you did great. You completed your task. You showed yourself that, man, I was focused. I was dedicated. And when you don't complete your goal, that's all right. You know what? Work harder the next time. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna double up next time. I'm gonna go even harder next time. I'm gonna be more focused next time. But you see the effort that Kobe had, the mentality, the Mamba mentality, he said, is about the 4 a.m. workouts, doing more than the next guy, then trusting in the work you've put. And when it's time to perform, you're gonna see the results. Without studying, without preparation and practice, you're leaving the outcome to faith. And you know what Kobe said? He said, I don't do fate. Because Kobe wanted to rely on his hard work. He wanted to rely on his everything he put together. He said, I was in the gym at 6 a.m. I would work out for 2 hours, and then I would take a break. And I would go back to it again from 10 to 2 for another 2 more hours. And he would take a break. Then go back to it again from 2 to 4, and then he would take a break. Then from 6 to 8, and he would take a break. Because that was the mentality he had. I want to outwork the next person. I want to work harder than the next person. I want them to know that I'm better than them, he said. Kobe had a mentality of being competitive. It's okay to be competitive because it's showing that you're working. It's showing that you want to be better. It's showing that you want to be on top. And that was his mindset. His mindset was that I'm going to be the best at whatever I do. So whether it's school, whether it's basketball or work or whatever you're doing, he says, be the best you. Kobe said, I always aimed to kill the opposition. You look at everything that Kobe did. You look at all of his highlights. He won 5 NBA championships. He was 2-time NBA MVP. He won the NBA. He was in the NBA All-Star for 18 times. Here's a guy who was working very, very hard. And he had so much to show for it at the very end of his career. So when you look back at everything you've done, are you going to be somebody who's going to be proud of everything they did? All of your accomplishments, all of your hard work, all of your efforts? Or are you going to be somebody who's going to think, man, I should have went harder. I should have taken more shots. I should have asked the coach to play more. I should have turned in my homework. Kobe said, leave no regrets. And you think about everything he did. If you listen to the video, he said, he showed up, this guy showed up in the gym and he saw Kobe working out. And he worked out for an hour. And in that hour, after he was finished, he stayed and he watched Kobe. Okay, let's see how much longer he works out. And he worked out for another 30 minutes. And if you remember in the video, he said, after the game, he said, I got to talk to him. Why does he work as hard as he works? And he said, because I knew you were practicing. I knew you were coming. And I wanted to show you that I was better than you, that I could outwork you. You see, the mentality that Kobe had was, I'm going to be better than them. because in the end, that's going to push him. That's what pushed him to where he's at, or what he did today. So everybody here can do that. Everybody here can work hard. Everyone here can have success. Everyone here, you know, you got to be ready to learn. You got to be ready to put yourself and go in the extra mile. And watch what happens. Watch what happens at the end of the season. Watch what happens at the end of school. There's going to be a lot of great things that come from it because you worked hard. So I want to ask you guys a couple of questions. I want you guys to think about this. You know, think about the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. What do you want to be known for? Right? I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to answer a couple questions, to give some responses. But think about this. As you leave your legacy behind, what changes will you make to be the best? What changes do you want to make to be the best? It could be student, it could be player, whatever you want. What are the changes that you will have to make in order to be the best? So I want to see a couple hands, see who wants to participate. Veer, go ahead. Is that your hand up, Veer? So think about this. If you could change one thing to help you become the best at anything you're doing right now, what would you change? So I'm opening up the floor for you guys. You guys can go ahead, raise your hand, click the setting down below in the more section. And in that area, what you're gonna see right here in the more section, you're gonna have an opportunity to raise your hand, and I'm going ahead and call on you guys. Isaiah, go ahead, bro.
I think the best thing, or I think I can do something better, is that working harder.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Work harder in what? Be specific.
Just basketball in general. Just doing these drills harder, having a better mindset.
Right.
Just in general.
Awesome. Great answer. Who else? I see iPhone. Who's iPhone?
But I want to change up my game, like to go harder every time I do something.
Okay. Great. Anybody else? Avi. I can't hear you, Avi. Okay. Great stuff, man. Sandra Rodriguez. You want to share?
Yeah. I want to work harder at school and basketball.
Okay. Great. We'll have another question for you guys then. How will you make the team better? Let's think about the mindset of the Mamba mentality. How will you make the team better? Diego.
by having a positive mindset.
Okay. And so what's going to happen if you have a positive mindset? How is that? Elaborate a little bit more.
Like even if like when we're going into a hard game, to have my teacher, leave me alone. When we're going into a game, like to like be focused and like not get distracted and help like our team be focused.
Exactly. Great response. Who else has an answer? Varun.
Maybe by providing entertainment if we're in quarantine, like right now.
Okay. Awesome. Anybody else have a response? How will you make the team better? That's the question we're thinking about right now. Just think about all the things that we're doing in basketball drills and basketball practices. What are you going to do to make the team better? I know for some of my kids, you know, these guys are encouraging each other. They're clapping it up. Let's go, guys. They're encouraging. Come on, finish, 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 finish. They're always pushing each other. You know, they're looking up, thinking about the next person. They're not just thinking about themselves, but they're thinking about, you know, the next person to their right, the next person to their left.
What are you eating, David? David?
So let me ask you guys another question. Who do you look up to today? Who is somebody that you look up to? It could be anybody. It could be a basketball player. It could be a family member. Who's somebody that you look up to today? Room.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues. Tell us why you look up to Muggsy Bogues.
Because he pretty much beat everyone's expectations.
Right.
By becoming as good as he was in the NBA.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Muggsy was somebody who worked hard. He didn't let anybody look at him because of his size. He wanted to be the best player out there, right? Dear Shah. Veer, go ahead.
Tyreek Hill, because he would always get the ball first. Like,
awesome. So what else makes you look up to him? Why else do you look up to him?
Because he's like so fast and he won't, like if the ball's like thrown far away, he won't let anyone else get it. He'll get there first.
Right. Great, man. Thanks for responding. Ryan.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Okay, tell us why Anthony Davis.
Because he's like really good and I want to be like him.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing. Avi.
My mom?
Yes, you're on.
No, that's not what I said. I said my mom.
Oh, your mom. Great. Tell us why you look up to your mom.
Because she started a company from scratch, which is like probably I don't know, I've never tried it, so but it's really hard and she's always like really positive even though it's so hard.
That's awesome. Man. Sounds like your mom's doing a great job. You know, you have somebody to look up to. You know, thank you for sharing. Diego. What about some of you other guys? Tell us, who is somebody that you look up to today that helps you become a better player, a better basketball player, a better student? Anybody? It could be anybody. Oh, there we go. Isaiah.
I look up to my older teammates because they have a positive mindset and they're always teaching me new things and new tricks.
Okay. Great. Yeah, it's always good to look up to your teammates. You know, here's the guys who are pushing you, they're encouraging you, they're challenging you, right? Awesome. Let's get some new hands in here. Who else can share? Who's somebody you look up to? Somebody that you like to, you know, model yourself after, somebody that you feel like, you know, I really want to be like this person. It doesn't have to be a basketball player. It could be your family. It could be anybody. Beer. What about some of you other guys? Surya, Trey, PM, Armin, Ayush. What about you guys? Yeah, go ahead. PM, go ahead.
I look up to Kobe because of his shooting.
Shooting, okay. What makes you want to be a shooter like Kobe?
His shooting stroke.
Awesome, yeah. He had a great fadeaway. He had a nice jumper. I see a couple of new faces. What about you guys? Lucas, PB, Ryan, Trey, Varun, Will.
I already shared mine.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Lucas, go ahead.
I look up to my mom because she always encourages me.
Yeah. Okay, awesome, bro. Well, here's one last question for you guys. Think about this. Who will you help to be successful? Who are you going to help? You know, think about somebody on your team. Think about maybe a sibling. You know, who are you going to help to be successful? You're leaving a legacy behind. Kobe didn't just help himself. He also helped his teammates. He wanted them to become better by challenging them, by inspiring them, by motivating them. So who are you going to help get better? So who can you help to get better? Let's think about, you have all these different teammates, right? You know, do you want to help somebody on your team? Do you want to help somebody in your class? Do you want to help somebody at home? Veer.
I was beat him in chess.
Say that again. You were cutting off.
I have this cousin, and he is really bad at chess, so I'm gonna help him to be good at chess.
Great. That's awesome. Yeah, you want to teach him, right? That's awesome. Diego, what about you? I see your hand up. I see your hand up, Diego.
Oh God.
I would like to help the kids that are struggling.
Okay, how specific? What do you want to help them with?
Like in their layups, shooting, their defense, the all-around game.
Okay, great. Yeah, they could definitely use your help. You know, you're somebody who I could see always puts his heart into his practices. Great. Isaiah, what about you?
I think I would help out the younger guys on our team, help them understand the game more, help them understand how our team plays.
Okay.
And our plays and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you. What about you, Ayush?
My sister, so she can become like, so she can like she likes to play basketball too, so I can help her play basketball a little bit.
Awesome.
Oh, what the?
All right. What about you, Isaiah? Let's get some other new faces in here. How about Will or Trey, Surya, Shrinthi, Ryan, Rania, Pragnia? Surya, go ahead.
I would like to help my friend who is like really bad at any sport. So just in general, like help him in sports, basically.
Okay. Awesome. What about you, Ryan? We can't hear you, Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan.
I want to help Miguel like make a lot of shots and like play better defense.
Okay. Great, man. Yeah, I think, you're somebody who I see, when you're putting out your effort out there, it really shows. So you start pushing all these other players around you, they're definitely going to appreciate it. So thank you, bro. Cam, you have your hand up?
Yeah. I want to
Okay.
help my little brother get better at basketball.
Nice. Yeah, let's help him get better. Awesome. Surya, what about you, Surya? What about you, Avi? Ayush?
But I already answered you. I already said it.
Thank you. So let's close out here then. What's something that you can take away from today's seminar? What's something that you feel like, this is what I learned today. This is what I feel like, I'm going to take with me and I'm going to apply it to my practices. I'm going to apply it to my classes.
Get more motivated and like push harder every day.
Okay. Awesome. Isaiah, Avi, Surya, you guys' hands is up.
I would work harder.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Avi, what about you?
You should I'll always work hard and make sure that I'm always doing the best that I can.
Great. Yeah, man, definitely some great attributes you can take on and put them into practice. Thank you. Ryan, how about you?
Work harder at basketball.
Okay. Yeah, I think that, whatever you're working at, put all your heart into it, like Kobe said, right? So put all your efforts, leave no regrets, never stop learning, right? So we got some new faces in here. We're talking about the Mamba mentality. We're talking about, what it takes to be a hardworking player, what it takes to be somebody who's going to put all of their heart into this. So if you could take away something from today's seminar, what would it be? So we have somebody who said hard work, be a better basketball player. What else? Let's get some other hands in here. All right. PB, did you raise your hand?
Hard work, perseverance, and dedication, and you'll get results.
Awesome. Great stuff. Okay, guys. Well, let's do this. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. This is a great seminar. We learned about the Mamba mentality, right? Focusing on the process and trusting in the hard work when it matters the most. The one thing he said was be the best you. So I want to thank everybody for tuning into the seminar. And so I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. All right.